Hi everybody, and welcome to Traveling with Russell, and welcome to a new video, and welcome to Moscow Center. Now, the video I'm going to start filming today is actually going to be in two different shopping malls, but I'm going to start out here in Gum, which is right in the center of Moscow, right by Red Square, right by the Kremlin, and we're going to go in search of a few shops that have said that they've left Russia, and we're going to see if they're still open. Now, I do know most of the brands that I'm in search of, and I do roughly know where they are, but sometimes it takes a little bit of searching, so I'm going to go and have a walk around. Now, right behind me is the center fountain of Gum, and this place is just beautiful, so we might have a look around here for a few minutes first, and then we'll head out and look for these stores and see what's going on with sanctions in Russia, and why these stores are closed or open. Now, this shopping center does have a few stores closed since the events in February, so basically 4 months ago, but if this place was ever to survive and not close down, it's because of their famous Gum ice cream. And then have a look at the line for the ice cream. Now, famously, this ice cream is only 100 rubles, so it's around about $20, $40, so it's not expensive, but have a look at everybody queuing just for ice cream, so they're not even shopping, they just want ice cream. Now, depending on what time of year you come to Moscow, so of course now we're in the height of summer, so they've got all the beautiful flowers right here now. Again, I don't always think that the camera does these places justice, how beautiful they are, but then they've got this center fountain here. And they've kind of got these kind of streets. Now, there's 3 different kind of streets where they've got all the shops. And it's over 3 levels. And you can see the glass roof here as well. And right up on that 3rd level there's a gantry there with a small cafe. So you can sit and eat. And you can see the amount of people in here. So it is a bit of a draw card for the right in the center of Moscow. So you are going to see shoppers definitely coming here. And then there's going to be a mix of people who just are like me, you know, just coming for a nosy and a walk around. So where I was calling them lanes before, they're actually called lines, and this is line 3. So there's actually 3 lines. This is the nearest one to the road. Look at the flowers right here. So these are all real flower patches, kind of built through the whole shopping center for the summertime. And there's a caviar bar right here. And it's actually attached to a small supermarket, which is actually really very big, but it's very narrow when you walk inside. This is the middle entrance of it right here. And just looking back down the, I guess, line 3. I feel like it's a telephone line, but lane, I guess I'm going to call it. But yeah, you can see the roof as well. Check out that domed roof right over the whole structure. So there's 3 of those that have been built over each of the lines, and there's a super fancy cafe right here as well. Definitely a little bit out of my budget, but I do have a playlist put together for walking in Moscow. So there is one for Gum, where I am here, and I have done a walkthrough of this supermarket also. So it might be worth checking out both those videos in the playlists. And the flowers just keep on going and going and going all the way through the different lines here. I'm going to call it a line now. And they've even got trees in here. They bring them in seasonally. So they do change the look of the shopping center. So winter, autumn, summer, spring. And they've got different themes. They change it about every few months actually. So just to basically suit the shopping center and the different brands of stores in here as well. They get involved in a lot of the advertising that they kind of place in these middle kind of walkways here. So where these gardens would be, that actually have kind of big build-outs with some of the branding on them as well. Yeah, this is a stunning place. Again, I don't think that roof shows up quite as amazing as it is. Now, this was the main store that I come in this shopping mall looking for, is Jimmy Choo. Now, I know he makes very fancy shoes, and the store is definitely not open. Everything is inside, though, exactly how it is when the store is open. They always have this very minimalist look to their stores. So they've just got, 1 or 2 pairs of shoes out, and that's about it, but it looks pretty closed. And then as we look down the other aisle of GUM, you'll see just how nice this place is. It's all decked out now for summertime, so there's basically flowers everywhere. And these are all real flowers as well, so no fakes in this place, definitely not. It's way too upmarket for that. But here's the other side of Jimmy Choo. I keep wanting to say Jimmy Choo shoes. I know that's not appropriate, but definitely has some weird looking shoes, let me tell you. These kind of, I don't know, big boots. But yeah, everything is inside as is, apart from the staff and the door being open, which is a bit of a shame, but they're definitely not here. There's another pair of Jimmy Choos in the window right there, and this is kind of looking from the other side, so you can see perfume and sunglasses and some nice comfy sofas. But they're definitely not open. So Jimmy, you have kind of left the building, I'm afraid. Now, I don't think it was fair to walk out of GUM and then not walk around at Red Square a little bit here, at least for a few seconds anyway. That's GUM right here on the left-hand side. This is Nikolskaya Street. And then that's the Kazan Cathedral just up there as well. And then as we swing around, you'll probably recognize these bricks as the main part of Red Square. And then off in the distance there is the Kremlin. There we go. It's a beautiful blue sky day today. Nice warm weather as well. And there is, I would say there's thousands of people out today. It literally is busy here in Red Square. And the off in the distance you can see Lenin's Mausoleum. Just can see it there in between the kind of 2 towers there. And that's Spassky Tower off in the distance. So this is Armani Exchange. Now, I'm not 100% sure if Armani and Armani Exchange are different, but this is it right here in the shopping mall. Now, it's not very busy at all, but we have found it. Now, during the course of this video, I'm actually going to be in about 3, sometimes 4 different shopping malls, and then depending on where it ends up getting pieced into the video, it might be in different parts. So, excuse me if I sound like I'm arriving somewhere for the first time in each sort of cutaway here, but this is definitely Armani Exchange here in Moscow, Russia, and it's definitely open. And then right outside Armani Exchange is L'Occitane. Yes, this is actually a L'Occitane kind of kiosk. So there is actually quite a number of these stores around Moscow and Moscow region. But this is L'Occitane. Now, it's actually got all the same spelling. It hasn't changed to a Russian name or anything like that. So L'Occitane is still here in Russia, right behind the Armani Exchange store. So we kind of got like a 2-for-1 as we filmed this, so that was a bit of a bonus as everybody kind of wanders by. But I don't think I've actually seen a kiosk version before now, so it's kind of a bit of a bonus to see this in this particular shopping center. And in this particular shopping mall, I've actually come across one of the Nike stores as well, so that's kind of interesting. It's still open, still trading. It does look a little bit bare inside. I must admit there's a lot less products. I imagine they're running out of sizes pretty quickly, but Nike is definitely here. It's definitely open. It's definitely trading. So even though they've said that they're leaving Russia, the shops are still open. There's the nice big Nike logo right there for you. So the shop does look a little bit more empty though. So I just thought I'd point out where I am here. I'm actually in a shopping mall called Atrium, and it's kind of right in the middle of Moscow center. It's actually a huge place. It's over 4 different levels, and there's actually quite a lot of people around. I'm just trying to get a kind of good overview of the size of the place so you can get a bit of an idea. Now, I just want to point out over here a couple of shops in this same shot. So New Balance is open. That's definitely open and trading, so that's kind of interesting. And then you'll see here, actually part of the reason they call this atrium is this huge kind of glass domed kind of roof that they've got built into this place. And then just over here is Timberland, which I also believe is an American brand store as well. And these guys haven't sort of closed at any point in the last 5 months, so definitely open. Now this is really the reason this place is called Atrium. So this is kind of the middle part of this shopping center. So you really are getting a shopping center kind of tour here at the same time as this video is getting put together. So it actually is probably a lot bigger than what the camera kind of shows. It's got a really big restaurant down the bottom here, and the sun's kind of beaming through the glass. It's a beautiful sunny day here today. So now one of the stores that someone asked me to come and have a look for is Geoc. Now I don't know this brand at all, but I was kind of given a list of stores to look out for, and I kind of ticked off quite a few in the one shopping center here. But Geoc, whoever you guys are or whoever owns you, you're definitely open here in Moscow, Russia. And actually, as we look around, you can see the rest of the shopping center, this lower level. And then just looking back again, oh, it's a big place. It's actually a really nice shopping center. It's a little bit more upmarket than some of the others around the Moscow region. So it's a nice place to come to if you want to come to the designer brand stores. But Geoc right there. There's a couple of ladies wander past at the same time. So it's definitely trading. Now I did actually plan to kind of go to a few different shopping malls, but I'm getting pretty lucky here at Atrium. So here is L'Occitane again. Now the difference with this store is they've actually got the Russian writing on the front entrance. Now they didn't have this in the past, so I'm kind of curious what they've done, if they've changed ownership or they've changed some kind of branding of the store. So it's actually a really big L'Occitane store as well as we walk around here. But they're so nice, these stores, when you look at them. They're so well branded. I mean, coming from a retail background, they're impeccable when you walk inside, so clean, everything's perfectly in place. But L'Occitane here in Moscow, or in Russia, is definitely trading. And then here we see the Lacoste store. So I'm really having some luck today. So my list of shops on the list I had to come and make this video for is coming kind of true really quickly here. It's very echoey in this part of the shops. But the Lacoste shop is definitely trading. There is literally, I think, only one customer inside, and then the lady at the very far end, she's folding shirts. But Lacoste is definitely open here. So part of the reason it's so echoey at this end of the shopping center is because there's a few stores kind of closed around it here, and it just kind of makes it feel emptier. And this was Massimo Dutti here. And then what they've actually done is, this was the very big Zara store off in the distance, but they put a pop-up shop right in front of it, which is kind of very smart of the shopping mall owners to lease out the kind of space in front of Zara, so it doesn't give that really empty impression. So Katya Erokina, I'm not sure who she is, and BLCV. Good job, you guys, for coming here and taking the space here from Zara and filling the rest of the mall. You can see me in the mirror just off in the distance there. So good on you guys for taking the initiative and opening stores where somewhere's closed. Now in this particular shopping mall, the Uniqlo here has been closed for quite a few months now, and it really does look like they're in it for the long game, because they've actually shrink-wrapped all of the gondolas inside. They put plastic over all the shelving, so I'm pretty sure they know they've got no short-term plan to reopen. So, and they've just literally covered everything on all of the walls with plastic. And then all the paneling's kind of covered over, and everything's beautiful and neatly folded and ready to open, but such a shame. This is actually a huge 2-level Uniqlo as well, and it kind of takes up this whole corner of the atrium here. So you can see here where they've actually kind of put panels up instead of the glass window, so they don't have to kind of hide more of the shop, I guess. So they've still got huge amounts of advertising for the store, and it goes up to that second level there, or the third level of the actual mall. You can see there's a downstairs area here, but I think it's just kind of interesting just to see how much they've kind of closed down the store inside, knowing they're not planning to reopen anytime soon. And then on this upstairs level here, they've got a huge Lego store right here as well. Actually, this is probably about twice the size of any normal Lego store that you see in Moscow. It's pretty cool too. Apart from the fact that it's definitely open and trading, they actually have the Titanic model right here, which I think at some point it was the most expensive Lego model that the Lego has ever produced. But that's kind of interesting to see it here in Moscow. I've not seen it on display in any other store throughout Moscow and Moscow region, but Lego is definitely open. It's actually kind of completely empty though. The staff are just hanging around having a chat, but they're definitely trading. Now this is where the shopping center does look a little bit sad up here on this third level. So there's quite a few of the brands that have been closed for quite a few months now. They're all kind of clumped together here. So yeah, there's one little pop-up store that's managed to squeeze its way in here, but it's very quiet at this end of the shopping center. It's almost echoey. It's very eerie. It really is quite a busy shopping center here. It's next to a major train station, major bus station, metro station, so there's a ton of passing traffic. But slowly these shopping centers get a bit quieter because people can't come to their favorite stores anymore. Now, walking around Atrium Shopping Center a little bit more, I got lucky one more time, and the Diesel store is open as well. So I didn't even know Diesel stores existed. I know it's a denim clothing brand or jeans brand, but typically you'd find Diesel in like department stores, and you'd sort of see Levi, Diesel, brands like that, Jag, in the same store. But to see a standalone Diesel store, it's kind of unique. And there's one right here, and it's definitely open and trading. Now, if anyone's ever planning to come to Russia and they want to know if they're in a fancy shopping center or not, this is a good giveaway. If it's got a wine and whiskey store, you know you're in a fancy place. And actually, you don't see them in every shopping mall, definitely here in Russia, but this is Moscow center, so it's definitely got some premium whiskeys and some wines and champagnes in there as well. And it's right in the middle of the shopping center too, so it's not even hidden away in a corner. So they've got a very prime location here in Atrium Shopping Mall. And then sadly, right next door to the wine store is the Joe Malone Store. Now this is actually closed. Of the long list of shops that I wanted to cover in this video, this is the first one that I found closed so far. So yeah, there's not even a staff member inside, which is interesting. A lot of the closed stores here still have the staff coming to work every day, and they actually just sort of sit behind the counter or they sit in the back room of the shops. But there's nobody here today at all. And then this is one of the Apple reseller stores as well, called Restore, which I've covered in quite a lot of other videos. These guys are definitely open. I do tend to find there's not many people in them. I'm pretty sure they don't have as much stock as they had in the past, and a lot of people are kind of relying on other places to buy the phones. There's a lot of mobile phone dealers here and cell phone providers, so you can actually buy the phones from those. But this is the Restore here, which is basically the equivalent of an Apple store, but Apple hasn't been in Russia for quite a lot of years. But these are the equivalent store if you were to compare them. And then just looking down from that upper level of the shopping center here, this is definitely the fancy part of the shopping center here. So there's Furler on one side and then Michael Kors on the other. And we've got Tommy Hilfiger off in the distance. And then there's Intermissum, Samsonite. There is also the Samsung store just off in the very distance. But this is kind of the fancy part of the shopping center for sure. You can see how big it is. Just have a look. They've got huge Samsung banners up as well. So despite all these companies saying they're leaving Russia, they're definitely leaving all their advertising behind. Then as we slowly head on out of the shopping center, I just thought I'd point out the UGG store here. So there's only a couple of these in all of Russia. And I knew already this one was in the shopping mall. I've been here before with my wife. But even in Australia, you struggle to find original UGG stores. And it's right next door to Samsung. And this is a kind of a very big Samsung store, and it looks so sparse inside. I don't know why they don't fill out their walls a lot more. I guess they're kind of going for that kind of simple, kind of Apple-esque kind of look to it. But I'm a Samsung user, so I shouldn't really put them down too much. But then you can see the UGG store right there with the very pricey kind of slippers and UGG boots. And now with the ruble the way it is now, these would have gone up quite a fair bit with the fact that these are all imported to Russia. Now, I'm still in Moscow center. I'm in Tretyakhovsky Passage, which is probably one of Moscow's most luxurious streets. And Giorgio Armani is here. Yes, and it's definitely open. A guy just walked in right as I started shooting. And the security guard is also in there just roaming around. You can't see too much of the store from here, but it's definitely open. This place is very, very, very fancy. Let me tell you, there's a cafe right here as well. We'll just swing around and hopefully we can get a bit of a view of the whole passage as we walk through here, but it's very, very upmarket, and all the stores here are kind of super fancy. They kind of have curtains that they draw when some people come shopping. You'll see one across us where they draw the curtains, and people come for selfies as well. But this is Giorgio Armani, and it's well and truly open. It's a little bit awkward from where I'm standing here to get an idea of that, but definitely there's people inside. So also in this passage, they also have a Tom Ford store. Yes. Now, according to Google and Yandex Maps, which are the two different ones that I use, it's actually open. It's actually got trading hours on the door. I did kind of try the door and it opened, but I'm not particularly well dressed to want to walk in or go inside. But there is one security guard that's sort of wandering around. So this particular Tom Ford is open. Now, pretty sure the way it looks, it kind of looks like it's meant to be closed. So, but this particular sort of shopping passage here is a little bit sort of different to any other shopping district in the center of Moscow, and it's kind of the well-to-do that come shopping here. They've even got these kind of walking mats on the brickwork as well, so ladies in their heels don't get caught up, and then they can even drive cars right up here. You'll see someone's got a VW car parked right there by the store, so yeah, this is definitely on another level. Now, that little golf cart in front belongs to the shopping passage where we've just come through. So if your driver doesn't want to actually drive up to the store, he can just pull up on the side of the road here, and then a little golf cart will drive you up to which store you want to go to, which is just kind of on another level. Dolce & Gabbana right here at the front, and then the store on the far side is actually Baccarat as well, which is kind of you don't see those stores too often, but you can see how beautiful this building is. And then the across the way there is the Central Children's Store of Moscow as well, which is considered the largest children's store in the world. And we're actually going to go in there looking for one shop, hopefully. Let's see if it's open. Now, searching for this last store here in Moscow Center, I brought you to the Central Children's Store of Moscow. Now, this place is huge. Now, I have kind of been here in another video. I've not done a single kind of walk around of this place as a solo video, but I've added it into other videos. But this place is amazing. It's got a huge Hanleys, which is I think it's a British brand. I'm not 100% sure Hamleys who they are, but they've got this really cool kind of retro 80s setup downstairs, and they've got some like kids games, and then like a jukebox playing music, but we're going to head on over to the store there, and there's a huge Harry Potter world set up as well, which is kind of neat. Now, the interesting thing with this shopping mall is it's dedicated only to children. So there's actually a H&M kids store here, but unfortunately they're not open at all. And it's actually a huge H&M kids store. It's kind of the entire level of this part of the shopping center. And then where we want to go, it's kind of between H&M and Harry Potter here. It's Gap. Yes, I was searching for a Gap store in the center of Moscow, and then basically this is the only one, which is a Gap Kids, but it's still a Gap store, so we'll go check it out. And what do you know, but Gap Kids is open. Yes, it's definitely open and trading, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the week. There's the Gap website there, gap.ru, so you can do online shopping. And they've got a sale going on some of the clothing as well. But this is obviously just kids clothing, so it's Gap Kids 50% off. But there is Gap stores around Moscow and Moscow region as well. So they're definitely open. Of course, this is a Gap Kids store, but it's definitely proof that Gap is still trading in Russia. But it's not a very big store. There's only a couple of people inside shopping, but there's definitely people here though. Okay, everybody, so we've come to the end of our tour of Moscow shops and our search for shops that have basically said that they've closed because they've self-sanctioned, but pretty much all of them are open. I think we only found one store that was closed out of all the stores. It's been a bit of a long day walking around, so I've kind of lost track by now. So hope this video comes together well. It is going to be a little bit pieced together, sort of I was at one place, then another, then back in another place. So thanks everybody for watching Traveling with Russell as I find my way out of this kids store. I hope you've liked the video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Let me know in the comments what you think of the walk around here in Moscow and Moscow Center. I think it's kind of interesting to see these sort of places, especially based on the news and what the Western media is showing versus what's really here and, you know, where I am walking around myself. So yeah, if you've got any suggestions for videos, or maybe you want to see a walk around of this kids store, let me know. Maybe I can come back and do another tour and just make a standalone video of just this place, because it's just huge. It's 5 levels. So yeah, thumbs up if you like the video. Let me know in the comments anything that you want to just tell me about what you've seen, and maybe some of the stores that you know about. And I'll see you in another video. Bye, everybody. Bye.